Okay, sorry about that, guys. We seem to have run into technical issues as, again, my webcam seems to stop recording. I think it's based on if I navigate to other windows. I have no idea what's going on. So we're going to try again, and here we go. Okay, some technical hiccups, but let's move on. We're going to move to Chasm. The Montreal Millionaires are at 14. Chasm has a lot of thoughts on his team, so let's get to it. Finally getting to my power rankings thoughts on my team. My team has been a bit of a Jekyll and Hyde act this year, and I just don't know if I've added enough depth through trades and signings to hang with the big dogs. I've been guilty of being too cautious about balancing out my goalie starts to prevent Bishop from getting injured at times, and that's likely cost me some games. But the injuries to key players like Marner, Keith, Couture, Svechnikov, and of course Vatanen being maimed on a routine shot block have been the big story as far as my team underperforming goes. Hard to figure out good chemistry with such an unpredictable lineup, I know that feeling. But it's been fun being in the regular season action for a change. I'd expect more moves out of me before the deadline though, so come talk to me, especially if you have a quality center with term burning a hole in your pocket. Chasm, if I had a good player, I would send him to you, or trade him to you rather, but I don't. So let's move on. As far as the league as a whole goes, I remain as mightily confused by the sim as ever. My pet theory on the Shamrocks is that they are somehow getting playoff performances out of all their graybeards in the regular season. That's possible. Some teams with mediocre goaltending seem to be playing above their heads in my opinion, so definitely wondering when reality will set in for them. What I'm not confused by is the way staying healthy correlates with being up in the standings. Yeah. I'm not going to lie that I'd have a little schadenfreude. And again, I can never pronounce that right. Schadenfreude? I'm sorry, Kaz. But you all know what I'm talking about. The glee in someone else's misery. If and when some of the teams above me get the same injury bug I've gotten, well, maybe you'll be healthier for the playoffs, Kaz. That's all for now. Looking forward to seeing what other GMs think. Oh, but wait, there's more. He's got a bit of an update on his rankings, if that helps, after the big weekend trade. I've made my big move now, going after Bergeron, but I need to make one more move. Couture is on the block now. Let's talk trade. Hope this doesn't add too much work to your load putting the rankings together. Really looking forward to this edition. I think it's a great idea. Well, I think it's a great idea too. Chasm, thank you for writing in. Really appreciate it. Number 13, we didn't get a response from Kirk, but it's cool to see the Crunch starting to heat up a little bit. They're in 8th in the World Conference, and Kirk's done this before, where he kind of lays low and waits for his moment to strike, and then wins the cup. So I wouldn't want to face Kirk as an 8th seed. Definitely some potential for upsets there, or maybe he'll keep climbing the ladder. I wouldn't bet against him. Number 12, Doug. Didn't get a response from Doug, but the Wheat Kings are off to an incredible run, and I would switch windows, but I'm afraid it'll screw up the video recording. So, from memory, I think they've gone 6-2 in their last 8, and they are firmly entrenched in the playoffs in the Canadian Conference. And much like Pat, Doug is very crafty and wily when it comes to the sim. He knows his business. He doesn't draft or trade or anything like any other GM. He dances to the beat of his own drum, and he knows what he's doing. So nice to see the Wheat Kings do well. And finally, number 11, the Dublin Shamrocks, who are on a bit of a losing streak right now, but they've kept pretty close games with some good teams. So we'll see what happens here. Ryan says, so we are going all in now. We are hoping the additions of Backstrom, Chalmerson, and Mrazek will push us over the top. My concern is our power play. I am reluctant to break up the second line as they've been dominant this season, but I may need to shift them around on the power play. Let's see what happens when Backstrom and Carter are added to the lineup. Those are two pretty big names. He says he has confidence in their defense, and I think the acquisition of Chalmerson will help defensively. I have all the faith in the tandem of Markstrom and Mrazek. If we can stay healthy, I like our chances this year. I do too, and Dublin has gone above and beyond what the preseason power rankings had them at, and I love when teams do that. So great work. Oh, pardon me. Those hiccups indicate that it is now time for a quick break. So that is the end of this video. Oh boy. Okay, stick around, and we've got the top 10 coming up.